Hi guys, this is Bloody Biscuits, and today I'm going to show you this neat little glitch that we discovered about half an hour ago. This glitch was discovered in the middle of Rizz's KH2 Any run that he was doing. Basically, in the middle of his Xigbar fight, as he was doing the duck flares and using ethers and whatnot, he noticed that in his command menu, his elixir was faded out and it was completely unusable, even though he knew, like, for 100% certainty that he got the elixir at before the 1,000 Heartless fight in the Crystal Fissure. So it was odd. He died. No one really knew what was going on. He died to the fight to check his items, and it was there. The elixir was in fact there, and he checked his command menu, and the elixir like reappeared like after he died to the fight. But he didn't really understand why it was faded out in the first place. It had never happened to him before. So I'm gonna show you kind of how it happened and like how this glitch kind of works. So this is the last menu that he did, which is right after the fight with Axel in Betwixt and Between. And what he did is he went to his items. Now, right here, he equips an elixir. Well, in the video, he had extra ethers, so these weren't red. So he put an elixir over an ether that he actually had. Now, he was planning on going to the Moogle to get another elixir for his synth item, but he actually forgot it before the fight. And what's funny, which I'll explain later, is that if he got that elixir, this glitch probably would have never been discovered, but because he forgot it, we found this neat little glitch. So from here, he pressed square to go to his abilities, and he did his menuing stuff: take off Slapshot, take off Draw, put on Leaf Bracer, and put on Aerial Finish, and then he pressed start. Continue moving. Alright, so from here, this is the last menu that he did, and from here, he went through the World That Never Was, made it all the way to Xigbar, ended the Xigbar fight, and he didn't do any menus anywhere in that, and he never went to the Moogle to get the extra elixir. And as you'll notice, if I go to my items right here, the elixir is faded out, and I cannot use it at all. Now, why in the world is this going on? Why is this happening? Basically, what's going on here is a couple of things. First of all, he put an elixir that he never had up here higher in the menu, and the game really only registers your items when they're the highest menu, or the highest item in your item menu right here. So this is the first elixir that it sees, and it sees it as red. So that's probably the reason why. You can't use elixirs in your command menu, because the game thinks that you actually don't have any elixirs, when in fact he does have an elixir that he should be able to use right here. So what happened? What's going on? Why is this the case? Well, if you'll notice, if I press start out of the items menu right here, and then I go to my items, all of a sudden the elixir is completely usable. It's lit up and I can actually use it. So what's going on here is the key to all, yeah, if you'll notice, then all of a sudden the elixirs and ethers are all rearranged and everything, and they're in order. So what the hell is going on? So the big thing that's happening here is he pressed square to go to his abilities, instead of like pressing circle or whatever from his items to go to his abilities. And apparently what's going on here is the developers of the game didn't actually think to put a check in place for reorganizing all of the items, because you can like you can put these items in whatever order you want. You can like put a potion here, a potion here, you can put a potion here, and it's all really like discombobulated and everything, and there's our items all over the place. But if you press start and then you go back and see your items, then all of a sudden it's completely organized. But let me set up the menu again real quick. But if you like put this elixir right here and then you press square and then you go back, then you can't use the elixir, and if you go to your items, it's still not organized at all. The elixir is still up here, and there's an elixir right down here. So basically, pressing square between your items and abilities in KH2 English makes it so the game doesn't actually organize these items at all, and because of that, because there was a case where this elixir was red and it was up towards the top, he couldn't use it at all in his command menu. But but there is a check in place for if he like pressed circle out of here and then he went back, then all of a sudden everything is back in order again. Or if he pressed start out of his item menu, there is a check in place for that. But there wasn't a check in place for when he pressed square to go to his abilities. So it's really bizarre. You can do this with like any item basically. Like shit. Let me see if I can possibly do this with ethers. I'll try and put potions in place instead, and then put an ether right here. Okay, so well. Okay, so here what I can do is I can put an ether that I don't have. I only have 2 right now, so I put an ether that I don't have up top above these other ethers, and then I press square, and then I press start, and then I go to my items, and I can't use any ethers. I even have 2. The game recognizes that I have 2 ethers in my inventory, but I can't use any of them because it doesn't do a check for whether or not the items are usable or not, because there's a red ether that's kind of like blocking these other 2 ethers from use because of the game programming. I don't know. I'm probably not describing it as well as someone who is like good at coding could describe it, but that's kind of basically what's going on right here. And another odd little thing is, yeah, I have ethers in my customized. So if I go back, if we go back and we put like a potion right here, and then we put if we put the red ether up here, press square, press start, and yeah, ethers are still completely unusable, but I can use them for my shortcuts menu for some strange reason. I guess there's a different way that the game accesses items from your shortcut menu versus items from manually going to your command menu and getting them. So yeah, this was Rizz also checked his KH2 FM save and tried to do the same exact thing, and he wasn't able to. So they fixed this thing in 2FM, but they didn't really notice it until KH2 English, and we've never noticed it until now when Rizz did that run. So yeah, it's not really an insanely useful glitch in the game, and I don't really think that there are any breaks that I can come up with personally. Maybe someone else can, but yeah. This is my 8-minute long video describing a very simple glitch. It's just it's really interesting to me that that they would kind of like miss this sort of thing. It's such a small, minute thing that you would never notice. But yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you guys later.